Okay, this is the previous question that we had laid out before from the simple example. So we're now going to move on and have a look at some of the more complex issues that can possibly come up. Just notice before we move on, I've just put a line here to indicate where I'll be doing some maths. So that means I'll be adding up opening stock and purchases, and that will give me my goods available. I'll be taking away my closing stock, and that will give me cost of goods sold. So I'm going to put another line then underneath my cost of goods sold, which I'll be subtracting from my sales figure to give me my profit. Now, with the more advanced questions, we have a couple of extra things that can sometimes go into these questions. So we need to look and see where should we put them. Well, purchase returns, that means that some of the goods we bought we returned. So actually we bought less than we thought because I had to send some of them back. So purchase returns is associated with purchases, so I'll put that over here. Okay, so purchase returns is here now. I'm going to be taking it away from this to get the real purchases figure. So this is where we're using our columns. Remember here we had sales less cost equals profit, and then we moved into the middle column, the left-hand column, to do the calculations to work out cost of goods sold. Now similarly, I need to change my purchases figure, so I'm going to move one column to the left. I'm going to do the maths there, and I'm going to put the answer for the real purchase figure in here. So my 2,000 for purchases, I'm going to put that over here, and my purchase returns is 210. So that's going to go there, and we'll be subtracting it, okay? So maybe I'll just put a minus symbol in front of it to make it easier to understand. So the real figure then is going to be 2,100 minus 210, so 1790. So when it comes to me working out my goods available, I'll be adding up my opening stock and the real purchases figure. Now we have carriage inwards. So carriage is a transport cost. So this is when you pay a courier to deliver something for you. And this is carriage coming into the factory. So when we bought the goods, we had to spend money for a courier to deliver them. So that actually made the cost of getting the goods higher. So we're going to add that in here as another cost of goods sold. So the carriage inwards is 450. We have sales returns. Well, that means some of the goods that we sold for 5,000 were returned. So we actually sold less goods than we thought. So we'll take away our sales returns. And just to help us with our maths, we're going to write the same thing with our purchase returns here. We're just going to remind ourselves, so we're going to less our purchase returns, and same as we wrote down here when we less our closing stock, just to give you a hint. So our sales return. So the real sales figure is going to be different. So sales that we originally had was 5,000, so we'll cancel that. The sales returns is 130, so we're going to be taking that away. So the real sales figure is 5,000 minus the 130. So 4870. So the last thing then we have is import duty. So import duty is the cost of getting the goods into the country from outside the EU. There's no imports, so this is a tax on moving goods between countries, but there's none of those within the EU. So we put that in here as cost of goods sold and call it import duty. You may call it, in some questions they may call it customs duty. It's the same thing, it's when goods are coming into the country. So now, just to finish off our maths, our sales here, sales returns, put a line underneath to show we're taking it away. And then we're going to add our goods available, so that'll be adding the 200 that we had for opening stock, plus the real figure for purchases we've been adjusted now, plus our carriage inwards, and plus our customs duty. Cost of goods, so our closing stock, we're going to take away our 400 for closing stock. So the real cost of goods sold is 2520 minus the closing stock. Okay, sorry, actually just change that there now. So I have, sorry, I've taken away the cost of my goods available there again. So I'm adding opening stock plus the real purchases plus carriage inwards plus import duty. And then the cost of goods sold is going to be the goods available minus the 400 closing stock. And the real profit figure now is 4870, which is the real sales figure, minus the adjusted cost of goods sold. So there's the profit we made buying and selling goods.